art review. Okay. So, is today in art. This will be number 13, I believe. And today is December 15th, 2018. You may say, "Hey, it's am I peeking? Am I peeking here?" You may be like, "Hey, it's been quite a while since you did one of these." And yes, that would be correct. I basically was working on the podcast stuff, and I'm like 75% done with that last part. If you're hoping that's what this video was, it is not. I got sick too, and I was working like a lot, like two and a half, 3 times as many hours as I had previously. And also, maybe as you can see, I ordered me some new audio equipment, so hopefully, I don't know if it was terrible before, but hopefully this will make it better, or at least easier for me. So, we'll see. I've literally been like setting this up like last hour or so, trying to get it to work the way I want it to. But yeah, so it's today in art, December 15th, 2018, as I said. So what we're going to get into is we got art news here. We have Christie's to auction David Hockney's double portrait with a $37.7 million estimate in London spring sale. This is on the art news. And if you're on the video, this is the picture of it. If not, it's kind of a, I mean, there's shading to it, but there's kind of a, it's basically 2 men sitting inside an apartment in what looks to be a city, because you can like, there's like a window in the center of the background with like buildings and skyscrapers in the back. And it's kind of, it looks kind of like, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it looks, the way it's painted is very kind of pastel-y and watercolor-esque. I'm not sure if that's what the material is, actually. I was kind of looking at David Hockney as well. And, well, we'll get into this too. So, it says, following on from the $90.3 million sale of a David Hockney masterpiece at Christie's in New York last month, the auction house will offer another high-profile work by the artist in London in March. A 1969 portrait from the collection of Barney Ebsworth with an estimated excess of £30 million, around $37.7 million. The lead lot in Christie's post-war and contemporary art evening sale will mark the end of Ebsworth's collection sale, which has so far brought in $323.5 million. So, it's a lot of money. It says the double portrait, part of a series that the English artist revisited over time, depicts the famed late curator Henry Geldzahler and his artist partner Christopher Scott in their apartment on 7th Avenue in New York. Catherine Arnold, Christie's head of the evening sale of post-war and contemporary art in London, said in a statement, David Hockney's double portraits are undoubtedly some of the finest paintings the artist ever realized. Did it say what? Yes. So this was painted in 1969. A lot of his, I guess, more known stuff was, it said, is in the 60s, kind of like the pop, the kind of the pop art era. Let's see. Mark Porter, chairman of Christie's Americans, called the painting not only an extraordinary example from the artist's most celebrated series, but also a poignant representation of one of the 20th century's greatest curators. Hockney captured Geldzahler at a particularly decisive moment when the curator was organizing his most revolutionary exhibition. That exhibition, marking its 50th anniversary next year, was New York Painting and Sculpture 1940 to 1970 at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I have never been to New York. I got to go up there at some point. The name of the painting, which is Henry I'm probably butchering the name, Gildzahler and Christopher Scott, was first purchased from a gallery show in 1969 by noted art book publisher Henry Abrams. Jesus. When Abrams' family sold the painting at Sotheby's auction in November 1992, New York Times called it one of the high points of the sale and noted spirited bidding and a number of telephone bidders. The winning bidder was dealer Larry Gagosian. I feel like I keep messing up the framing here. Buying on behalf of music executive David Geffen. Vogel called the final price of $1.1 million, including fees, a good deal just above its estimate of $1 million to $1.5 million. That sale, in addition, transpired in the depths of a recession that made for great deals in art. Yeah, if you have the money, oh man, this is like bugging me. If you have money, usually recessions are a good time to buy things. So, interestingly, Vogel reported in late 1993 that Geffen made the painting a promised gift to the Museum of Modern Art. In 1997, however, it was acquired by Ebsworth. Back in 1969, an art news reporter visited Hockney while he was painting the double portrait. Included in that article is a comment from Gildzahler concerning the artwork's origins. Quotes, "While I was in London in October, David and I thought it would be nice for David to do a portrait of Christopher Scott and me. He then decided to fly to New York for a week. David took photographs and did very detailed drawings for 4 days until he fell apart with the flu. For the last 4 days of his stay, he tried every home remedy in patent medicine that he had ever heard about. He also made the point over and over again that in England you can reach a doctor over the weekend. That has not been my experience. A few days ago, David called and asked, I think, if Chris and I would fly to London for additional settings. I am very fond of David and flattered that he is doing my portrait. He is a good artist." Alright, so that's it. It's basically saying that this is selling for a very expensive amount. It's also, let's see if I can pull this up. I didn't realize, this may be another one. This came out, where are we at? This is the other, if you can see, this is the other painting. It sold for like $90.3 million earlier this year. And it's very kind of, I'm not sure what the medium is, but it's very kind of pastel-y. Let's actually look here. See if I can find it out. Medium. Because it could be oil, but it's very, gouache or watercolor-esque. But I'm just trying to figure out what it. Photograph. Why are you not? It's acrylic on canvas. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. So well, this was made in 1972. Okay, so I guess acrylic kind of makes sense because it's kind of in between a watercolor and oil paint. Because you can make it. Well, you have to look at it. It's very like kind of pastel and washed out, but it's still detailed too. So, yeah, that's it. So I'm trying to get back into these again. Hence the audio equipment. Hopefully, the audio quality is better. I still need to. I may like set up a separate thing because just to try to cancel out any excess noise that may be coming in. I don't know. We'll see. But this has been Today in Art. Obviously, this is going to be up on YouTube if you're looking at it on YouTube. If you're listening just to the audio version, which should be on... I'm putting it on Anchor, then it shoots out from Anchor to other places, which I can't remember right now. But I'll post it in the links and stuff. But yeah, that's I haven't done this in a while, so that's yeah. If you got any comments, leave them below. I'm gonna try to get back into this, maybe at least once a week, maybe more. I don't know. All right, cool. Later. See ya. Bye.